Funky classic rock.
2 platinum albums, 2 number 1 hits. This amazing lady literally gave us a new sound to fall in love with, all starting in 1985, and it made us happy. From I Wonder If I Take You Home to Head to Toe, this Latin diva is still making us smile, and most importantly, she is still making us dance. I am totally starstruck right now, I'm just saying, but here she is, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Hi, that was great. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate you talking to me. I have wanted to talk to you for so long, and this is crazy.
Really? Aw.
Oh, I love you so. I just love you so much. You made my teenage years real good.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm blushing.
Well, speaking of blushing, Lisa, I have to tell you, you look absolutely amazing. So before we get into everything else,
Wow.
what keeps you happy? What keeps your skin glowing? I mean, seriously, tell us what you're doing to just keep it all together, and you look so beautiful.
I feel like I'm in a cartoon right now. My mouth just fell to the floor.
Oh.
My tongue came out. Thank you, guys. Listen, I don't know. I guess it's my genes. I'm not sure, but I drink a lot of water and I work out a lot. And my kids, they keep me very active.
Now, are your kids in school? Are they in sports? What are they doing?
They're in school. They are in sports. They love basketball and football, and they're also musicians. So that's great.
Really? So what type of music are they into, Lisa?
They're into anything that's up to date and very old school R&B that I play in the house all the time.
Isn't that funny how that works? Because
Isn't it?
I just have to tell you, my kids grew up listening to you and all of the other Journey and whatever I listen to, and they still love it
Journey.
today. Right? Isn't Journey great?
Yeah,
Now, is it?
I love Journey.
I just think it's so funny that your kids are just taking on the music that you've raised them on, right?
Yeah, I think that's actually how everybody's kids do, because that's how I was raised. My mom was also in a band in Puerto Rico, and everything she played in the house is what I was raised on, which is salsa, and of course, anything Motown, Stevie Wonder, so on and so forth. But yeah, I think everybody's kids grow up with what they're taught in the house, at home.
That is so. Your mom was in a band. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was basically it's called a parranda. And what they do in Puerto Rico, they go around everybody. They get paid with food. So the whole band, what they do is they knock on people's doors and they play for them, and then they get served food.
Come on.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Now, is that still a thing in Puerto Rico, or was that just back in the... Really?
Yeah, it is, especially during the whole month for Christmas. It's a huge thing out there.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever get to go back and experience that?
All the time, every year.
Oh, man, that sounds so fun. So you grew up in...
It is.
You grew up in a house of 10 kids, Lisa. Now, and I was going to ask you, so where did the music come from? Because you babysat to help support your amazing mom. You did all kinds of things. So I was going to ask you where the music came from, but you just told me. So did your mom support you? Was she still around when you became famous?
Yeah, she was. Rest her soul. I
Yes.
miss her. It was her 10-year anniversary last year in May.
Oh,
So yeah, of her passing. It's okay. She lived a wonderful life.
yeah.
My mom was 81 when she passed.
Oh.
She passed of Alzheimer's, and it's okay. She lived a great life. But yeah, she was the one to tell me, whatever it is you want to do in life, you go ahead and do it. Because my brothers and sisters, all older than me, were saying, no, you need something else to fall back on. They're all school teachers and lawyers.
Come on.
My brothers and sisters, yeah. So they're like, no, you need to get something else to back you up. I'm like, Mommy said that I can sing, and that's what I'm going to do.
So you knew, well, because you were so young when you got into the music business. So you pretty much
Absolutely.
knew all along.
I kind of knew. I really did. I knew. I got my first solo when I was almost 6 years old in the church choir. I sang the Ave Maria.
What?
And when I saw my mom she was our instructor for the church choir. And when I saw her tears, I said, yeah, I think this is what I want to do.
Oh my gosh. All right. So let's talk about when you got into everything. I mean,
I did.
You did. I mean, so the guys of Cult Jam, they got you and they brought you to Full Force. They said, this is the girl, you have to listen to her. But you were so young. How did you get pulled in the right direction? How did you know you were getting pulled in the right direction?
I didn't. Actually, again, I snuck out of my house. I didn't go to school that day, I remember. And I was told by a friend of mine. A friend of mine told me, listen, I know this guy, and he's one of the roadies for Full Force, and you need to meet this guy. And I was like, well, where am I going to meet him? He goes, just let's sneak into the Fun House, major club in New York.
Right.
And I was like, okay, because they told me that that's where Madonna got, she got discovered there by Jelly Bean Benitez. So I was like, I'm going. I went, I snuck in. Back then, this was a very long time ago. Nobody really focused on age. You didn't get carded to get in. So I snuck in. And I met Mike Hughes, one of the guys from Cult Jam. And he goes, yeah, I heard you can sing. And I said, yeah, I can sing. And he goes, all right, well, you need to come to this audition. I said, oh, and he gave me the address, and it was in Brooklyn. I was like, how the hell am I going to get there? So, of course, the next day, I didn't go to school. I got on the train and went to Brooklyn, and I stayed there all day and all night. You know what time I got into that house in Church Avenue in Brooklyn?
Tell me.
It was almost midnight
All right,
when I got in there.
What did your mother say?
Oh, my God. When I got home, the cops were there waiting for me.
I would have had him there, too. I'm sorry. You would have had him for your kids, too.
Yeah, no, of course I would have. But the cops were there, and she smacked me on the butt.
Oh.
And she goes, do you understand? And all of this in Spanish. Do you understand what you put me through? I was like, I'm sorry, Mommy. So after the cops left, I explained to her what I was doing, and she was like, you don't tell anybody. I said, okay, I won't. I think that was a Thursday night. Yeah. And then the following Tuesday, I was in the studio recording with Full Force.
Stop.
I'm not lying.
It was that fast.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy though. 13 years old.
Now, did you lie to Full Force? Right. And did you lie to them about your age?
No. Nope, I didn't.
So they were
looked at me
with it. There's this 13-year-old, and they just took you.
They couldn't understand why I looked the way I did, and I was only 13.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's basically how I got my name too.
How did you get your name? Tell us about that.
Well, my name is Lisa.
Yep.
Lisa Marie Velez is my name. And when they saw me, they were just, Lisa. And they were looking below my chin.
You were 13. Oh, my God.
13. And they didn't understand it.
So now, right. I mean, yeah, because I remember those girls. And I was, very envious. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm still envious today.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You were blessed, my friend. Very blessed.
Oh.
So now, was your mom involved in the business side of it, or did she just trust them to run with it?
Okay, so this is how they met my mom.
Oh gosh.
They said after we were, because the first night that I was in the studio with them that Tuesday, I recorded 2 songs. Those 2 songs were I Wonder If I Take You Home and Can You Feel the Beat. So they were like, okay, this is going to be huge, so we need to meet your mom so that you can sign this contract. And I was like, I'm not signing anything until my mom sees it. So my mom asked my oldest brother to come to the house. My brother, Raymond, is a veteran. 3 tours in the Vietnam War. He came in his fatigues.
Oh.
And was standing there. I remember when the 6 of them, Full Force, walked into the house. They were like, uh-oh. My brother was standing there, his fatigues, just waiting.
Yeah, good.
And they explained everything to my mom. And, she said, basically, if this is what you want to do, Lisa, then I'll go with it. And she signed for me.
Wow. That is such an incredible story because you have to be one of the youngest that was able to really have such a magnanimous career in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I guess you know what's funny is that I never thought about it until, as I got older.
Really?
We didn't nobody ever focused on any of that. The fact that I was, I was the only girl, a Latina, 6 guys in full force and 2 guys in culture. So all of them and me. They never focused on anything about age or ethnicity, none of that. So I don't know. It still to this day, I'm in awe of it.
Are you really?
I have to be honest with you. Listen, I really, really love what I do still to this day.
I can tell.
So all of that to me I don't focus on any of that. Never did, never will. I just love to sing.
Now, how did you fall into doing the videos so well that you did them? Because it was like you were a natural. And even now, I think back, loved you, again, of course, loved your music, didn't think about how old you were, but watching those videos, man, you were a pro.
No, I wasn't really. It was just people on the sidelines saying, do this. And I was like, okay, I'll do it.
No, because you know what?
I followed.
It comes across, though, you knew, like, it came from inside somewhere, right?
I think so. My oldest sister, Maria, she she's an opera singer.
Oh.
And she also was the principal of a school, still is, School of the Gifted in Manhattan.
Wow.
And she knew how to, work with kids and, the stage performance kind of thing. And she gave me a lot of pointers.
So you did get some assistance, which is awesome because you don't hear about that. I think that's great.
She used to take me. She used to drag me with her. She was in a theater group called Intar in Manhattan. And she would always drag me with her. And I would sit there and watch her do her skits and her singing. And I'm always in awe of it. And I kept saying to myself, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I think it was just watching.
Yeah. Now, what did she think, though? Let's talk about, I wonder if I take you home, can you feel the beat? Yeah. What did she think about those lyrics and you being the age that you were and what you were singing? Did she say anything about that?
My mom?
And your sister?
Oh, my sister? My sister was just happy. My older sister was very happy. She was like, "Hey, girl." I was like, "Thanks." But my mom wasn't told about the lyrics because she didn't speak English too well. And then, after I recorded it, she kept listening, and because she used to go to, I would be in kindergarten, and right next door they had a class for moms to learn English.
Okay.
She would be in there, so she called her teacher and asked her to translate everything. And it wasn't until I think maybe a year later she was like, "You're lucky. You're very lucky."
Yeah, because
I didn't know.
It's in the past now. Not much you could do about it. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Now, 1985, that is your breakout year. It was a very busy year. Then you go on TV. You start doing the TV thing. You go on Dick Clark's American Bandstand, one of 2 shows I watched every single Saturday. We'll talk about the other one in a second. What was it like to meet Dick Clark and be on that iconic show?
Crazy. That's the best way to explain it because I was fangirling big time. Watching all the time on TV, Dick Clark saying, "Oh my God, I want to meet him. I'm going to talk to him. I want to sing on this show. I want to dance on the show." To be in front of him. If you see when I first did that show, I could tell that I was nervous because I was shaking. I was like, "Oh my God, this is crazy." And still, every time I watch that, rest his good soul because he was a wonderful man. It's the best. It's the best feeling. It's just so ecstatic.
You literally, I have chills running through me right now because I mean, just to know that, I was the same girl sitting there on Saturdays watching Dick Clark and saying, "Oh, I would love to be on that show someday." You got to do it. Well, you got to do it, Lisa.
Oh, I still think back and go, what the hell? Wow. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's just still to this day. It's crazy.
Amazing memories for you. But another show that I also watched on every single Saturday was Soul Train. And I just,
Ooh.
oh my gosh, I wanted to be on there too. It just wasn't happening. And in the cards for me, I'm on the other side. So it's okay.
My brother used to watch it every Saturday, and I would sit there with him, my oldest brother,
Yeah.
who was in the fatigues meeting full force. And I'd sit there and watch, and he would sing because he was also a singer, still is. And he'd be like, "Look, these are the Jackson 5. Look, this is the Whisperers. I remember watching the Whisperers. Look, these are the Whisperers." And it was amazing to get to that stage. First to think, wow, it's smaller than I thought. Because while you're watching it on TV, you think it's huge.
Yeah,
But
because you got all the
smaller than I
people
thought.
dancing too.
Yeah. And then I get up on that stage and I see all the faces that you see on TV. I'm like, whoa, again, crazy.
Now, I watched Lou tell a story on Full Force TV about Paul getting his glove stuck on your earring.
Oh my God, I remember that day.
Were you laughing? It looked like you were cracking up. You knew what was happening.
I really was, you can see it, right? You can see I was hysterical because I was humming to him. Let me just take the earring off. Just let me I was trying to mime it to him. Let me take the earring. And he said no. He had to make it into a dance move. I'm like, come on now. This is all cut out.
Oh, you're so punny. I'm just kidding.
It was great. It was so great.
Now, any other TV performances that we haven't seen on YouTube or anything that you had a close call like that and you didn't know how to get out of it? Because you got out of that really good.
Oh, thank you. No, actually, not for TV. I just know that there was a concert that I did, if you want to laugh,
Yeah.
because I did. We were on the Spanish Fly tour, and of course we carried a whole stage setup, and we used to carry our own floor. We would roll it out. It was linoleum, red linoleum.
No kidding. Oh my
Because
gosh.
the guys wanted it to look like a gym in there, a jungle gym. So we had red linoleum floor. And I remember it was outdoors, and it was in Arizona, and it was hot as hell. So the floor started sweating, and I'm on the stage, and I'm doing my moves, and I'm doing the show, and all of a sudden I fell.
No.
Right in front of the drum machine.
Oh, jeez.
It was the best because I did a spin on the floor, and I made it look like it was a breakdancing move. But the drummer was behind me going, I see you. I see you. So I just break out into this loud laugh. I had to make it part of the show.
Oh my gosh, that is funny. Now,
It was. It still is.
right. I mean, red linoleum. Just think about that. That's funny in itself. But you got yourself
What was I
out.
thinking?
Now, back in the 80s, it was a big time for everyone to go out and hustle their music to radio stations. Did you do that? And did you guys have to go and push yourselves to get your music out there?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I remember on the tour bus, every city we hit, it would be 6:00 in the morning, and they'd stop the bus right in front of the radio station, and we'd have to jump out, get in there, and do the interviews or whatever. And sometimes we even had to do in stores. Remember record shop?
Oh, yeah.
Like Tower Records.
Tower
and so on and
Records.
so forth.
Strawberries.
Yeah, we used to hit those. Yeah, we had to hit those stores and do everything. So every radio station, every record store, even department stores we used to have to hit.
No.
So we had to do it all.
Did you really?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you did the mall tour type of thing.
Oh, I did. I sure did. And it was fun.
All right. It was fun. Okay. But people were crazy. I was one of those crazy teenagers. I mean, like, were you able to get out of the mall?
Well, it was kind of nutty finding out where the malls had their back entrances and secret, in and outs from the stores. It was nuts to find all that. But yeah, people were crazy, and you can't blame them because I was one of those people too, I used to be one of those crazy fans. I remember I scared the crap out of Jerry Lewis in Manhattan. Right in front of the Winter Garden Theater. I saw him coming out, and I jumped in front of him and said, "Oh my God!"
What did he do?
I was one of those kids. Huh?
What did he do?
He looked at me and he yelled too, and said, "Oh my God!" And we laughed.
Jerry Lewis, my gosh. And I was going to ask you, so you were, 1985, that was the banner year, I think, for women in music, for sure, hands down. Madonna, Whitney, Taylor Dane, you.
Yeah.
Who did you meet that you were so starstruck by? And did they have any words of wisdom for you?
Two, who will forever be my top two idols. First, Patti LaBelle. When I met her, I actually was with Full Force. We were in the studio because Full Force, they recorded a whole album for her, and they needed background vocals. So they got me and Cheryl Pepsi Riley to do background vocals. I was ecstatic, but I didn't know that she was going to be in the studio. So when she came, I started crying. She came over to me and I was shaking and crying, and she lifted me. I'm very short, I'm 5 feet. So she lifted me off my feet and hugged me, and that calmed me down.
Now,
that was great. And the second, I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
The second one, I actually have always loved and will always love Tina Marie.
Oh my gosh.
I used to beg my management, please, you have to take me to see her show, please, please, please. And I did. They took me to SOBs in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And she was performing. I was standing on a table. I stood on that table and was singing and just going off with her. And then afterwards, she came to the side of the stage and she was like, "I was watching you," and I freaked out. Like, I didn't know what to say. Oh my God, can I take a picture? Please, can I take a picture? And she did. She gave me a picture, and she looked at me like I was nuts. But, such is life.
But you got to meet Tina Marie. Oh, gosh.
I sure did.
Holy man.
I sure did.
Wow. And Patti LaBelle, yeah, I got to fortunately meet her many, many years ago. It was back in the 80s. What a lovely soul.
Isn't she wonderful?
Yeah.
She's like Mama Patti.
Yeah, that is crazy. Now, Full Force, they opened the door for so many artists. They wrote your hits. They worked with you, and they've also worked with the best in the business, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Samantha Fox. I mean, you guys together collectively was magical. So
it was.
Are there any plans for all of you to get together and do this again?
Isn't it funny? I just got off the phone with them, I'm going to say 4 days ago, maybe?
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. Well, basically, we talk all the time. They're my brothers, so we're family. And we're I don't know. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, there's plans.
We're
in the middle of it right now.
Okay, so I'm going to be in the front row with my best friend Michelle. We dance to you guys like all the time, and I'll be watching every day to wait for something to come out.
I hope you like it. It's going to be so much fun.
Love it. I will. I already love it, and it's not even here yet. Now, Madonna, did you ever get to meet her? Because you had said earlier, the Fun House, and Madonna had gotten her start there. Jelly Bean was the in-house DJ, and you wanted to run in her path. Did you ever get to come to be with her at some point?
Not like that. No, not at all. But I did meet her, and funny place to meet her was at a movie theater.
Stop it.
It was a Saturday evening. No, really. Saturday evening, and I was in the Upper West Side. I was hanging out with my girls, and we made it an evening. So we get into the theater. I don't even remember what movie it was. I remember I'm walking in and trying to find some seating, and I turned to the left, and there she is.
Oh my God.
And she was with her, I forgot his name, her daughter's father.
Sean Penn?
His name.
Was it Sean Penn? Was it Sean Penn?
No.
Oh, the one after that. No.
Yeah, the Spanish guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was with him, and I was like, "Oh, you want to laugh?" I said, "Oh, hey, yo, how you doing?" She She looked at me like I was nuts.
Oh, so she
But
didn't.
I told her, hey, I said, I'm sorry. And I shook her hand. She let me shake her hand. And I said, I'm Lisa. Lisa. She goes, I know.
Oh.
I said, oh. So I sat in front of her. We sat in the room in front of her. And she was cool. She was so cool.
That is, oh, you met Madonna in a movie theater,
Yeah.
not at an award show, like,
Well,
performance.
we've seen each other. Yeah, no, we've seen each other in the comings and goings of the music industry after that. But, that was the first time I met her
Gosh,
in the movie theater.
that's a pretty cool story. And you had just brought up Cheryl Pepsi Riley. Now,
I love her. I love her.
well, was she the one that was going to originally be slated to sing I Wonder If I Take You Home? But then Mike Hughes is like, oh, no, Lisa's the one.
Well, yeah, Mike said that, but they had offered her the song, and she was like, nah, I don't want to do that because it's not what I, want to, put out there. That wasn't her style of music, And I say, every day I say, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Yeah, she knows. I love Cheryl. She's my girl.
That is awesome. Now, the guys of Full Force, it seems like, again, you said they're your brothers. They had your back. A lot of people, not a lot of people, but you hear stories about business ventures in the music business falling apart, going astray. You were very fortunate to hook up with the people that you did. What is the most important lesson you got from Full Force?
Follow your dreams. Take your craft and master it. And never sign anything that's not in black and white.
Well, people have signed things, though, and they've been bad. So I think you had an angel on your shoulder or something, because you really, I think you could have been taken advantage of just because of your youth, Lisa, right?
Well, of course, I think that's why I had a great mom, an older brother that loved music and was kind of psycho because he was in the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
But I had 6 and 2. That's 8 guys, Cult Jam and Full Force, who were very family orientated, and we just focused on, real and doing what you love and, learning as you go. They were cool like that, and they still are.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, the guys in your videos all cried out, and the other one, I can't remember right now because I'm so excited to be talking to you. But the 2 guys in the 2 videos, did anything ever happen? They were adorable, and did your bros say no, like that nothing's happening here?
I would have got the beat down from life, but I really wasn't focusing on that. I was a kid. Nothing ever happened because I'm always giddy. I'm always the jokester. I like to laugh. I like life. I live life.
Yeah.
And, I wasn't too into, any of that, like boy-girl thing.
Really?
Because I wanted to sing. That's all I wanted to do. And I wanted to perform my music and put the videos out. That's what I wanted to do. Plus, again, I had 6 guys in Full Force, 2 guys in Cult Jam, and my older brother that were there. And they didn't let me do anything or talk to anybody.
Because you're touring the world, you're meeting everybody, and there had to be guys buzzing around you. Again, you were beautiful then, you're still beautiful now. There had to be like, hey,
thank you.
I want Lisa to take me home. Like, did that happen? They just said no.
I remember this is how I'm gonna explain all of that to you. Being on the road was like being in school. You were ushered into the classroom, you did your work, you went to your next class, or you went home. That's how they had me. They would take me from either the airplane or the tour bus straight to the venue, do a show, straight to the hotel, and they'd lock me in. They locked me in. They wouldn't let me out at all. I was a kid. They wouldn't let me do anything.
That's good, though.
Yeah, that's what my mom was very happy about that.
Yeah.
That's why she sent my brother, and she was like, "You watch her, and you make sure that she just does what she has to do, and that's it. Don't let anybody near her." After a while, I was like, "Come on now."
I know there had to be a point in
some fun too. Well, listen, once I hit 18, I was like, "You all need to let me have some fun."
All right. So how did the fun start? Like, were you able to, when you were out on the road, eventually start to go out on your own and go to nightclubs and all of that?
Mhm. Well, we did a lot of nightclubs, so yeah, I was able to stay afterwards and hang out and have fun.
Yeah.
Afterwards, my thing about fun was just exploring whatever city we hit,
Yeah.
wherever we went, was just to explore and see new things. I like that, and I like shopping. So that's what I did. That was my fun.
What city sticks out in your mind?
Hawaii, Maui,
Oh,
the beaches, yeah, and to be able to watch the surfboard tournaments. Those were the best.
man.
The best.
Oh, wow. Now, Lisa, you are the goddess of pop, R&B, hip hop, but in 1987, well, I love you. I do.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
I know. Can you tell? I love you. But anyway,
Oh, thank you.
in 1987, though, you're on the same bill with David Bowie. I love David, but strange collab. How did that happen?
Our booking agency, Norby Walters, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "We got a huge tour we want you on, the Spider something." I forgot the name of it. And I was like, "Okay, we'll do it." And I remember when we got to New York and we were doing Giant Stadium. And we had to go on first, of course. Hilarious. To me, it was hilarious. But I got to meet David Bowie and hang out with him. That was the best.
How cool. Because right there, very cool. But I saw that. I'm like, Lisa, and I think who else was on that bill too? Squeeze was on the bill.
Squeeze, yes, that's exactly who was there.
Squeeze, David Bowie, and Lisa and the Cult Jam. I just said, what? Like,
crazy, right?
It's a strange one.
Yep.
Now you and
it was fun.
And you got to meet David Bowie. I mean, that's in itself is iconic.
Yeah, that was great, and we got denim jackets from him that said our name on it. That was the best.
Please tell me you still have that jacket.
Amen.
Oh, yes.
I do. I got stuff in storage.
Oh, you gotta try that on and take a picture, please. Like that is so cool. Now, you and the Cult Jam, you put out 2 more albums, Straight to the Sky, then Straight Outta Hell's Kitchen, and then you guys broke up in 94. So what led to you, Mike, and Spanador ending the legacy?
First of all, I need everybody to know that it was amicably done.
Yeah.
What happened was our last album with Columbia Records was getting shelved because they had just signed Mariah Carey, so they weren't working us the way we wanted to be worked.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in there to the label, and we all had a long meeting with them. And I said to them, "If you're not going to work us, please let us go." And they let us out of our contract, our deal, which was okay.
Yeah.
And then I had a meeting with Full Force and Cult Jam, and I said, I'm at the age and time in my life where I need to explore. I need to spread my wings. There are things that I want to do, and we all cried, but it worked. It worked because I had to get myself, another record deal. And I did that. I wrote it out myself on yellow notebook paper and a pencil, and I got myself a deal.
LL77, your solo album.
Yeah, my first, yeah.
And then you go on Nickelodeon on Taina. And then there's time when Lisa, just wasn't out there. My guess is that you were focusing on raising your kids, but
you hit it on the ball.
Perfect. You did the right thing, right? You look back and
I did.
This was your job. This is what we do as moms. We take the job seriously and we do what we need to do. So everything, it seemed to,
absolutely,
it worked out the way it should have at that point for you. But
It did.
what about getting back on that stage again, Lisa? Were you itching? What was happening?
I never stopped, which is funny. It's hilarious because even while pregnant, I was 8 months pregnant, well, almost 8 months pregnant, and I was still on a stage.
What?
And I didn't stop performing. No, I was all over the world, everywhere, performing. I didn't stop. No, I didn't put music out, but I was, about to pop with the baby, with my first child. And it was never ending. So the itch will forever be there, but it never stopped. It still hasn't stopped.
So what about going out on these freestyle tours again? It seems like that picked up I know you did several, but in maybe the mid to like 2013 through 2016-ish, you started getting back into that. So, what made you decide to be a part of something like that again?
They made the offer.
Yeah.
A lot of different promoters came to us with huge offers, and I was like, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. I wanted to be around other people and not have to carry anything on my own. And it was just about, getting up there, the nostalgia of all of it, and having a good time with what I do. And the only thing I know how to do is perform.
Yeah, and you do it so well. Again, today looking at you, oh my gosh, you just seem so happy, which is great. It's good. It's a good thing. And I'm not saying it to be weird or anything, but you don't see that a lot, and it's wonderful to see you smile and to see you connecting with people. It's just awesome. And you have your most recent single, Rain. So what was the inspiration behind this most recent song? It's beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Basically, I heard the track, and we're putting music together now because I'm putting an album out. So that's the sneaky thing that I'm trying to hold back.
Anticipated release date?
My fingers are crossed, and I'm hoping that by the summer we'll have it out.
Nice. Good for you.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's great.
The song was written by my personal assistant, and she was my very first and forever background vocalist. She's my musical director and my road manager, Tony Minaj. And she wrote the song, and I heard it, and I was like, I have to sing this song.
Wow.
I have to. I loved it that much that when we finished recording it, she and I decided, let's just throw it out there. Let's just throw it out there. And we did. It was just out of love.
Like, how crazy was that for Tony to have you singing her song? Oh my gosh.
I know. She was shocked. She was like, really? I said, yeah, I want to do it. So please, let's do it now. And she booked the studio, and we went in, we did it in one night, and it was out. I think a couple of days later, we released it.
Dang. What a joy for her. I mean, a joy for you too, because I know you guys are really tight, very close friends.
We are.
But very, very cool. Wow. Honor.
Thank you.
Total honor. Now, Snoop Dogg.
I was waiting for that.
Oh, yeah. Well, because I love him too. And how in the name did you get hooked up with, did he call, hey, Lisa, I want to hop on board.
Yeah.
I want you to hop on board with me.
Yeah. That's exactly how it happened.
Come on.
Unfortunately, almost 2 years ago, my manager, she passed away.
I'm so sorry.
And a year prior, it's okay. She's in a better place. A year prior to that, we started looking into management because she knew. We both knew. And we were looking. His name popped up a couple of times, and I was like, yeah, I'm very interested in that. So when she passed, they found out Bobby D, who's his manager, Snoop Dogg's manager, they both gave me a call, and they were like, you need to hop on this. You need to do this. I was like, I definitely will, and I did.
And how fun is it to work with Snoop Dogg?
Fun. Big Papa. I'm telling you, he's like your granddad. He's so much fun to hang out with. And smart, let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's been around a very long time. He's been able to, like yourself, been able to keep this train rolling. And it doesn't just happen. It takes a lot of work. I can only imagine what you do every day, just like him, to keep it rolling.
Well, yeah, I keep up. I read a lot, and I'm always on the web trying to, find out what's going on, and always on the road performing. I mean, this pandemic has not made it easy, but we've been doing a lot of virtual stuff, a lot of it.
Oh, good.
And, everything is about music to me. So I wake up in the morning and I hear music in my head. All movements are made through music.
So was it tough for you, though, to adjust? I ask everybody this because it's such a different time we're in, but was it tough to adjust to performing virtually for people?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to lie about that. Absolutely. I'm so used to being in front of an audience that now to be in a studio and perform in front of a camera, it's weird because I get my energy from the audience. I love that. But, listen, you do what you have to do. And that's what I'm doing because, I love what I do. I love to sing. And to get my music out to the audience, however I got to do it, that's what I'm going to do.
Absolutely. I'm going to go for a personal question. I have to.
Go ahead.
You have said before that you love being in love. So are you in love right now, Lisa?
I'm in love with music and my kids.
All right. So you're not going to go there.
Well, I could go there. I ain't got nothing to hide. Yeah, I am.
Oh, tell us.
No. You asked me if I was. I said yes. That's it, coño.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You're wonderful.
Oh God! Just one more thing before you go.
Whatever you like.
You're amazing. Over 10 million streams of your music on Spotify. Over 50 million views of your videos on YouTube. I go through all the comments of what people are saying about Lisa and the Cult Jam today. Millions of fans adore you. Decades later, Lisa and the Cult Jam still moves so many people. Why do you think the 80s, all of us 80s kids, still love going back to our music?
Because so relatable. I think music was so relatable back then, lyric-wise and sound-wise, because it was the time of the live band, and it was just music back then was so, I don't know how to explain it, full. It sounded like something. Once you went to a show, they showed you more. We played more than just a video for you.
Yep.
We took you further in, deep with our sound. So I really do think that music then was so much better and relatable, lyric-wise. Today, I'm so sick of hearing about bumping butts and all that, iron.
And I think that's why you can still rock a crowd today, because it sounds like you're bringing that. You just have that with you from yesterday.
Listen, we really had to perform on a stage. It was about technique and everything. And to bring all that music live on a stage, it was the best. I would never change it. I will never do lip sync or anything like that. It will always be live.
You don't need to. Your voice is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Lisa, I do. I love you. I've always loved you.
And I love you too. Thank you so much.
I'm not being weird. I'm really not. I just, again,
You're not weird.
Understand that your music is part of happiness that I get on a daily basis, like millions of other people. I mean, I danced to your music yesterday. Every time I went in the club, I knew it was going to be a good night when Lisa and the Cult Jam came on.
Oh, you know what? If ever if there's a legacy that I want to leave behind, that's what I want people to remember is that.
And it's
exactly what you said.
And it's a great legacy because you put a smile on our faces. You did it then. You still do it today because you smile all the time, which is so beautiful. And
Oh, thank you.
all I can say is thank you, Lisa.
You as well. You were great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You too. Bye, guys.
All right, bye.